So in this segment, we're going to be discussing Ed Miliband being questioned on the energy bill situation in the UK. I did want to kind of discuss it more broadly as well.
Did promise the listeners and the electorate that energy bills would be cut by £300. The reality for most people is they've gone up by about £110, £111. Politely, why should my listeners believe a word you say?
Because we've got a long-term plan for 2030.
But you've got it the wrong way round, Mr Miliband. The bills are going up.
Clean homegrown power to cut bills by up to £300. Here's why bills have gone up. Because of our dependence on fossil fuels. And here's the thing, Nick. Every solar panel we put up, every wind turbine, I know you're not a great fan of them, wind turbines, every wind turbine we erect, every piece of grid we...
So where are you getting the money from this, dog? Because you got rid of the £28 billion for renewables, right? So where's the funding from this coming from? Because GB Energy, from what I've seen, is a bit of a joke. So where's all this investment coming from? Are you selling green bonds, for example? What are you doing to get this off the ground? And £300 by 2030, like, bills are going to go up dramatically. Because of the way our stupid systems are, be it spot price, it's called marginal spot price or something like that, where it goes up by the highest amount of the energy type being used. And the fact that we've got a system where the regulator is completely useless, where energy companies can just keep putting up prices and the regulator's like, yeah, that's fine, bro, that's fine.
We build makes us more secure and gives us that clean homegrown energy. There is only one answer to get off that dependence, to get off that roller coaster, and that is the clean power mission of the government. And maybe it will even convert you to wind turbines.
And mate, you know, you guys have massively pulled back on these green pledges after Rachel Reeves went to Davos. We saw that. We know what happened. We saw the Guardian story about it. So it's not gonna happen. You know, if you're cutting £300 off and bills got up by £1,000 by 2030, you know, you're not really doing a lot there, Chief. You're really not. And when you look at the energy bills in the UK, right, if you look at the costs, so this is what Ed Miliband talked about, GB Energy, etc.
Great British Energy is your publicly owned energy company.
I really hope this ain't copyright. This is copyright-free music, Ed. I pray to God.
And here's its first project, putting solar panels on the roofs of schools and hospitals in your community.
This year alone, we have saved over £500,000 worth of energy costs through solar generation.
That's all been able to be...
£500,000 alone.
This year alone, Labour haven't even been in for a year. So, like, did you buy these solar panels yourself?
Have saved over £500,000 worth of energy costs through solar generation.
That's all been able to be reinvested into our students' education, into additional resources.
So this is a school that's probably done this off their own back, because there's no way the Tories funded this.
The building, into trips, into lots of opportunities for students.
Patient care, being able to employ more staff, which allows the hospital trust to treat more people.
It's really good that we can do all we can for the environment, to protect the environment for future generations.
I feel really proud that I'm part of a school that uses...
Again, where's all this? You know, are the government going to put the money up to do this? It doesn't make any sense, because all of this would have happened under the Conservatives. So that genuinely doesn't make sense. And, you know, I've already covered stories about how villages and towns have, like, there's a couple that put up, you know, wind turbines and things like that in order to sell that energy back to the national grid. Like, that's possible. That can happen now. You just have to give them the money to build this stuff. And, you know, when we look at this is from 23, but we look at the energy costs here, right? The UK has the highest energy costs, it looks like, in the world. You know, we're beating Germany, whose energy costs have gone up dramatically because the lack of, you know, gas-fired plants and things like that. Italy, second highest. France produces a lot of energy as well. France has a lot of nuclear power, so it's surprising that they're so high on this list. You got Japan, Brazil, Turkey. We've got everyone beat here by a lot. By a lot. We're nearly double France's energy costs per megawatt hour. I think we are about double, to be honest, and close enough. So, you know, like, this idea we're going to be able to do all of it, it doesn't make sense. You know, they're putting all this money into the defense industry to produce more guns and more missiles and stuff like that. The costs are astronomical. Like, we are the country that offered Jaguar Land Rover a massive subsidy to set up in the UK a manufacturing facility over Spain, because our energy cost was so much higher than Spain's. I can't even see Spain on this list. You got Brazil, Turkey, Mexico, South Korea, Thailand, India, Taiwan, Argentina, the US, Canada, Indonesia, Russia, China. Like, where the hell is Spain on this list? Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. They can't be that much cheaper, but They are significantly cheaper than us, which is the problem. You know, manufacturing in this country is absolutely like killed because of the fact that we have such high energy costs. It doesn't make sense. So I don't know. There's no industrial strategy here. Like that £28 billion pledge was a really good one in order to get things moving. Even if they cut it down to say 5 or 6 billion, I would. That's one of the few policies I would have backed 100%. I'll be there no matter what. But they canned it. It's tragic. Absolutely tragic. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.